Let's get it. Today we're going to talk about two coins that I think legitimately have a chance to 100 to 1000x within the next few years. They are both first movers in their space, and I think they have great potential. Before we get into that, as always, we're going to do a quick Bitcoin update. So let's go. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Cabin. My name is Tom, and in today's video, like I said, I will be talking about two altcoins that I think have the potential to 100 to 1000x within the next 5 years, and we will also be doing a quick Bitcoin update. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. We'll start with a quick Bitcoin update, seeing how we're doing after this last little shakeout that we've had going on here. So this is on a weekly time frame on a logarithmic scale. And you've probably seen this chart a few times before if you've seen some of my videos. But we've kind of been in this upward trending channel here all the way back from March. This was the C dump here in March, and we've kind of hugged the bottom of this line a couple times. So the first time we touched this line was again back here at around 10,500. And then we came up and touched this line a couple more times at just under $30,000, and again at just under $40,000, or right around $40,000. So Bitcoin has dropped a little bit over the last few days. So from the top here, I think it's been right around a 15% drop. So a 25 or 20 to 25% drop is not unrealistic, and that would take us right down to about the bottom of this channel here. So to me, this would be about the lowest that it would go. Right down here at around 52,800. We could wick slightly below that, so around 50 to 52,000, and then come back up. But this is about as low as I think we could potentially drop. We are holding a very solid level of support right now at around the $60,000 level. So if we do hold that, there's a range. This purple box here, basically between like 58 and 60 is a very strong support zone. So if we are able to hold that, we could stay up here and continue on to the upside. If we break down below that 58.5k mark, then we could see some more downside. But I think the lowest that we could potentially go is the low 50s. Then from there, if we do see that, that would be prime buying opportunity. But right now, I'm not waiting on the sidelines. I do have a long position in right now as well, because I don't want to wait for all of this downside and have it not come. So I do have some right now in a long, and then I've got buy orders set lower if we go that way. If we take a look over at my Bybit chart to see what's going on, this is on the daily. So we had this ascending wedge forming that we did break down from. Typically ascending wedges do break to the downside the majority of the time, but we have had this beautiful retest here of, like I said, around that 58,500 level and the 50-day moving average. So we have gotten a really nice bounce off there so far. We did still technically close the day yesterday right at around that $60,000 level, and we're still hovering around there today. So 60,000 forming really strong support once again. Like I said, if we break down below that, we will need to look out for kind of this 52,800 level. When we move to the 4-hour time frame, we will kind of see that Bitcoin here is forming what would be called a descending broadening wedge. And this pattern is typically a very bullish pattern. So I think it has about a 79, 80-ish% chance that it breaks to the upside when we form this. So we would need to work our way back up to this descending resistance line here, and then see a break up to the outside from there, and then that pattern would play out. But we got to wait for that breakout first, maybe have it come up and do something like this. It could still go up, come back down a bit, and then go up, retest, and then boom. That is ideally what we would see, something like that, and then we would be up and off to the races, hopefully, for the rest of the bull run. Obviously, it's never straight up. Like I mentioned in my video yesterday as well, we could potentially be forming a W here. So this is the first part here. There we get a bounce. We could come back down again to retest this 58.5 level, and then come on up to the top Once we get to the top of this descending trend line here, we could again come back down, maybe retest something either around here or down here again, and then hopefully eventually break up out through. Like I said before, retest, boom. This all has the possibility of happening before the end of November here. We're still very much within that time frame, and so those are a couple of scenarios that I'm looking out for with Bitcoin right now. Okay, let's talk about the two altcoins that I think could 100 to 1000x in the next 5 years. First one I've talked about before, and it is digital fitness. So full disclaimer, I do have some of this token. I'm also a fitness coach who loves cryptocurrency. So the two worlds are meshing together right here. And I think that this has a lot of really, really great potential. So check it out on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. But here is the website. Currently it was trading at about 5 cents. But you can take a look at the white paper. It's trading on both Ethereum and on Polygon. So you can get it there. When you go to digital fitness on CoinMarketCap, you can copy this address here for Ethereum or copy this address here for Polygon for your MetaMask, and then you can go get some. It is available on, I believe, Uniswap, SafeSwap, and QuickSwap. So you can buy it all there. Two of the biggest partners they have are YFDI Finance and Ferrum Network, which you can also check out through their website via CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, but here are their websites. Again, you can check them out below. I will make sure to link these websites in the description. Here is DFIT white paper. So we have a market that is always growing. The fitness boom for online fitness anyway is projected to become $59.2 billion industry. I think by 2027 they talk about. So I'm pretty sure this is where they got that information from. I just did a quick Google search as to what the fitness industry is valued at. And this article here says that currently, well, before the pandemic, it was at about $6 billion. With the pandemic, the shift to online has been drastic. And being a personal trainer and fitness coach, I've seen this firsthand. Everything is shifting to online. And so this is the kind of the growth rate they're looking at, 33%. And so that means by the time we get to 2027, the online fitness space could be worth about $59 billion. So currently, we have a very, very tiny market cap on this one. Fully diluted is 2.7 million. So if this were to 100x, we would be looking at a $270 million market cap out of that 59 billion in the next 5 years, which is definitely possible. That's not even a full percentage point. And if we were to 1000x, this would get up to just over $2.7 billion in market cap of that 56 or 59 billion, which is right around 4-ish%, between 4 and 5%. So I do think that that is possible. This project already has an app out, and they've got some real-world use cases, obviously. They're going to be having trainers on their app that can access people from all over the world. People from all over the world will also have access to coaches and trainers running classes online through this app. So in their light paper here, they start talking about all of the things, obviously, that they're going to do and the problems that exist. And being a health and fitness professional, I definitely understand these problems. So health and fitness professionals are looking for a complete solution to operate their hybrid coaching businesses, offering online and offline services. Right now, we have about 5 different software systems that we need to use, or 5 different things that we need to use in order to run everything, which is an absolute nightmare. And what they're trying to do is have it all run in one spot. It's also going to help get more exposure, which is always tricky for any sort of business. And this is going to bring in a bunch of people from around the world that maybe you wouldn't have been able to reach otherwise. As long as everybody is using this app, you can see your trainer on this app, see where the classes are being run, and then you can just hop in from anywhere in the world to access these classes for a more affordable price, which is really beneficial to those who maybe don't have money to spend on fitness, or don't have a ton of money to spend on fitness but still want to access it. So the other solutions that this is solving is some payment issues. So you currently are facing challenges with multi-currency payment from overseas clients. But cryptocurrency is going to, obviously it's borderless, and so you can pay with the DFIT token. You could pay your coach, and you wouldn't have to worry about different currencies from different countries, and there's no middleman. You just pay direct. So that's another one. It's going to help bring security and eliminate any sort of data breaches. And this one I briefly talked about, but you won't need to pay any middleman, so to speak. It will just be client to coach, and that's it. So the fitness industry is very, very big. It's talking about physical activity in general. In total of what it all encompasses is 828 billion. But like I said before, the online fitness space is projected to be around 59 billion by 2027. So it'll take up a portion of that for sure, and predominantly in the United States and Europe by the looks of it, a little bit of China as well. But North America and Europe is where people spend the most money per participant when it comes to their own health and fitness. So the whole stay-at-home campaign pushed by people to shift to online fitness during the pandemic was absolutely huge. The amount of searches for home workout spiked 550% during the lockdown, and this is going to be an app and a platform, like I said, where everything can be done online, and you can just meet up with a coach or go into their room. There's a schedule for when their classes are. You sign up for that class, you hop in, it's all done virtually, so it doesn't matter how many people necessarily are in that class. And so the potential that I see for a project like this is incredible. In addition to fitness moving online, obviously we know that cryptocurrencies are becoming mainstream as well. More and more people are going to be adopting this way of doing business as well. We are still in the early adopter phase, which is hard to think of really, because like if you've been in this space for a couple months, years, maybe it doesn't feel like you're early if you've immersed yourself in it, but we are still early. So a couple other things I like about this project already. Like I said, there is an app that is already functioning. I've downloaded it and started looking around in it. You can do the same, see how you think it looks and how it functions. I think it's functioning pretty good so far. There's already coaches that are running classes on it. They have a pretty good Telegram group as well. You can hop in there, see how active they are. And then we've got their roadmap here, which they have nailed everything so far. And we're coming into Q4 of 2021 here, obviously. And then coming into 2022, they will start implementing these use cases and then do an NFT rollout. When you keep scrolling down on their website here, you can learn all about their team. They've got obviously a fully undoxed team, which is great to see. We always want to see that with new projects. So that's the first one. This one, in my opinion, definitely has legitimately 1000x potential in the next few years. So while I was preparing to make this video, I was only going to make this video on digital fitness, but then I went to YFDI, which has a launch pad, and on their launch pad, they talked about a different coin that is coming up. So it's called Quick Trust, and I was like, interesting. DFIT was launched here. It's got good potential. Let's see what this Quick Trust is all about. And when we go and see what they actually are doing, they're going to be working with NFTs and creating what is called a super NFT. So I was like, what is that? Obviously, not really sure what that is going to look like. But basically, there is limitations with old style NFTs that aren't linked to the owner's identity, so they can be easily lost or stolen. This prevents people from storing higher value assets as NFTs because they don't trust them enough. So how do we solve this problem? By combining owner's validation identity together with a validated proof of creation of the asset and locking them together into a super NFT. So Quick Trust has a patent pending for this, and this super NFT is going to use blockchain technology to produce an irrefutable permanent record of ownership, creating a fully transferable and tradable asset with a verifiable audit trail of activity. So now people can't steal ownership of what was created, right? It is going to be linked to your personal identity and authenticated that way. And lots of people maybe aren't going to like that because there's no anonymity, but regulation is coming in to the space for crypto, regulation is coming into the space for NFTs, And in order to regulate it and make it safe and legitimate for everybody, I think this is a very important step for NFTs as well. So as we see here, the Quick Trust Super NFT is going to enable NFTs to reach their full potential, which if there is regulation, they won't be able to reach their full potential if they, get shut down or they can't, there's no regulation whatsoever. They're going to need to go through this sort of process to make sure it is viable and it is valid in order to reach any sort of potential. This is potentially very big. As I said, regulation is likely to come. Don't necessarily like that, but we've got a lot of good stuff in here that I think will make it more legitimate. As you can see in their app, they've got a section for government filings, and so there is more legitimacy brought to the space in this regard. This one I do not own yet. It has a pre-sale coming up, and if you go into their Telegram group here, pre-sale registration, so it will be conducted on YFDAI. If you were staking for 30 days, you will have access to it, but if you weren't, then they were staking some on behalf of whoever potentially wants to get in, and so there is a lottery coming up here. So that's what I did. I opted in for the lottery. There will be 11.7% of the tokens will be released during this pre-sale portion for about 25 cents. And it looks like the pre-sale winners will be announced on November 22nd, and the pre-sale will happen on November 29th. So I think you've only got a couple days to get into this lottery here. And this is the form that you would need to fill out. It says it will be drawn by December 6th, which it sounds like they're moving further ahead with the pre-sale lottery winners being announced on November 22nd. If you win, you would be notified within 48 hours, and then the pre-sale is about to go live on November 29th. In addition to filling out the Quick Trust lottery form that I showed you guys over here, you also will likely need to go through the YFDAI Launchpad and get whitelisted. So, like I did there, go to YFDAI, click Go to Launchpad, it'll take you here, click on Quick Trust, connect your wallet, and then you'll need to enter in a few things. So your full name, your Telegram ID, and just a range of what you think you would be able to invest. If you aren't sure how to find your Telegram ID number, type in user info bot into the search bar, click on that, and then if you click start, it will just spit out your Telegram ID number for you. So there are lots of things that I like about this project. Got a really good roadmap. The roadmap isn't obviously everything, but you guys can take a look through that. The team, in my opinion, is quite stacked. So when you click on their names, it'll drop down and show you a little bit about them. This guy, the CEO, University of Oxford, another guy from the University of Oxford. This guy, Paul Morgan, used to work for Microsoft and Barclays as a blockchain enterprise architect. Another thing I like to see is the CMO, or the Chief Marketing Officer, the person who they say is the Chief Marketing Officer, is also the one, she is active in Telegram. So Christina Ashley, she's an admin, so this is all good. Things are starting to check out. Yasser, I'm not sure how to say his last name, but he is also active in here. And so you are seeing members of the team referenced on their website being very active in their Telegram group as well. I also think this is very important. So obviously with the whole idea of proving ownership, there's going to be a lot of legal things that need to happen. So this man here, Dr. Owais, has 15 years of experience with intellectual property law management. So that's basically what this all is. Intellectual property, NFTs, online stuff, and he's been working with it professionally for 15 years. The head of design has held senior director roles at other fintech startups, which is great to see. And then a lot of these other people also have many years of experience, 20 years of experience across Europe, Asia, and America. It looks like a very experienced team that, from what I can see, is active in the Telegram group with everybody. They're keeping everybody in the loop as to what's going on. And we have a pre-sale here coming up on November 29th. which you, like I said, you will need to do this Quick Trust lottery form and go to YFDI, go through the whitelisting form, and then you have a chance to get in at this level here. So here is the tokenomics. You have a chance to get in at this 25 cent level. There's a total supply of 100 million tokens. So at 25 cents, if everything was out there, that would be a total market cap of 25 million. So if this project were to 100x, that would take it all the way up to 2.5 billion. If it were to 1000x, that would bring it to a $25 billion market cap, which is large, but the NFT space is just getting started, and digital ownership is definitely the way that things are trending. And if people are going to need to verify that they do in fact own that, or they are the creators of that, by verifying their identification and then verifying how they created it, then this project could be absolutely huge in the NFT space. And when you take a look at the rest of the cryptocurrency market caps as a whole, like I said, with digital fitness getting up into the $2 to $3 billion range for 1000x is definitely possible. That would bring it up into about the top 70, the top 50 right about now. But as the cryptocurrency market grows, we might not have our top 50 at, a 3 billion market cap. The top 50 could be at 10 billion market cap, or a 15 or 20 billion market cap. So DFIT going 1000x over the next 5 years, I think is very possible. And like I said, with Quick Trust as well, probably not as likely to go as high, but the NFT space is extremely big as well. And with a $25 billion market cap, we would be in and around the top 10, I believe, top 15. Yeah, just outside the top 10 right now. But like I said, as the space grows, that could be further down. So basically, all I'm saying is that 100 to 1000x for these projects over the next 5 years is definitely possible. I do have DFIT, like I said. I've filled out the lottery for Quick Trust. Don't have any yet. We'll see if I am able to get some. But full disclosure for that, and just letting you guys in the know of where I think these could potentially be going. And I do think that they obviously have a potential, but these would be more long-term plays, in my opinion, not necessarily for this bull cycle to go 100 or 1000x this bull cycle. These are more longer term. So there you have it, team. There's a quick Bitcoin update and a couple projects that I think could 100x to 1000x over the next 5 years. Just need to stay patient and maintain your conviction with projects like this. Of course, this is not financial advice. This is just how I am personally choosing to approach altcoins like this. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the next episode from the Crypto Cabin.